I don't know why, but I think it's kind of dope that when I grow up, I can say that I was alive when Xbox Live first dropped. Motion in video games was possible, and the PlayStation 2 was the first console to introduce DVD drives that allowed more space because you're the OG. Like we're gonna be those people that we were the first to experience these big changes in technology and in life. Like I'm be chilling with my grandkids telling them stories of what this was like when this first dropped because like I said, I'm an OG. We are all OGs when it comes to this. We know what it was like, how especially Xbox Live was. That was so garbage. I'm talking about the original Xbox. I don't know if you guys can remember that. That was totally different. And then compared to the 360, how much it evolved, more people, at least on Halo, were on game chat and how different it just was. Like, I think it would be something so dope. I feel like they'd be getting mad hype for it, being mad interested, asking me like, asking me more stories about this. But I feel like they would actually just, or not really care because gaming is not going to be recognizable when that even happens. If I have grandkids in the future, bruh. Like, gaming is very different compared to even 5 years ago. It is very different. And by then, who knows, this streaming thing might actually be in play by then and probably be just the normal for them. Yo, what's good? You already know it's your boy Kenwall, and because of last video, my Crackdown video talking about streaming games and what's in store for us in the future, I felt like I gotta do a video on this whole streaming games thing. Let's get it. If you thought streaming your games was a brand new thing, well, you are dead wrong. You're stupid. I'm just kidding. Don't even trip about it. I thought the same damn thing. Video game streaming is not a new phenomenon. OnLive launched a service in 2010 that allows users to stream high-end games via a dedicated micro console or app. But the service was pure trash, often suffered from lag and low resolution, and it was a commercial flop. Just 2 years later, OnLive laid off its entire staff, and now comes in Sony that buys the company in 2015 and rolls its technology into the PlayStation Now, which had launched a year earlier in 2014. Come on, bruh. Sony, what are you doing? Sony, you saw what happened to OnLive and you know why they took the fattest L. So instead of improving it, you keep it the same. PlayStation Now can only stream games, and that is the goddamn problem right there, because it all depends on your internet connection. So if yours is trash like mine, eat a dick, RCN, you're out of luck.
Come on, son, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Now, this is where Xbox swoops in and gets a dub. We all know what the Game Pass is, right? Basically the same thing as PlayStation Now, but where Microsoft gets it right is they allow you to install your games to the hard drive. Another example of streaming games that was actually recently done is through Google. They allowed users to play the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey, what the hell am I saying? Through their browser. Come on now. I couldn't find any feedback on that, but if you guys know anything about it, please hit me up and tell me. Microsoft. Why you trying to flex on everybody? Trying to make everyone feel so little. I see what you guys are doing. So there are two major variables involved with streaming games: the distance of your home from the server and the state of the broadband infrastructure. Guess who has the most servers? Microsoft. They're already on it thanks to their cloud computing system, which has servers in 54 regions and 140 countries worldwide. So the other companies, especially Sony, is going to be eating a mouthful of Microsoft's dust unless they can compete with those type of numbers. But I still haven't forgotten about the other variable, and I will never stop thinking about it, because this is one of the reasons why I don't like streaming games. Game companies have zero control over the broadband connection. In the US, the average speed is 25.86 megabytes per second. In the UK, it only has 18.57. In Japan, it has a little more than the US at 28.63. For the Google's Project Stream trial that I was just talking about with the Assassin's Creed, your internet speed needed to be at least 25 megabytes per second or above, which gives an indication of the kind of broadband speed needed to do game streaming efficiently. But at the same time, which is kind of weird, Microsoft xCloud demo worked at speeds of 10 megabytes per second, but from what I've read, we didn't really get to see the specs and the performance of the game that they were streaming. But still, when it comes to game streaming, the faster the internet connection is, the better performance you are going to get, and not everyone's internet is built like that. I'm gonna keep saying it. Not everyone's internet is going to be built like that. But supposedly, from what I've been reading up, broadband networks are improving rapidly, so who knows, it might be ready by the time the next set of consoles come out, and then streaming games can get really moving on their way. In the future, these game companies want to make it where you can stream from any type of device at any time, but I think that's unnecessary, bruh, because I would not want to play on my iPhone or tablet, because first of all, it's a smaller screen compared to my TV or monitor, and I just don't use I wouldn't want to use my phone for that. My phone is used for other things like communication, not for playing video games. Another device that they want us to be able to stream off of is our TVs. But like, bruh, aren't we basically doing that already? We're just using the hardware, hooking up the HDMI to the back of the TV or monitor, and we're playing it. It requires less internet. Like, I don't know, dog. I don't think I can get down with this just yet. I'm not seeing the bigger picture with streaming games yet. I always would love to be proved wrong. Someone just needs to explain it to me well in order to see their side. In the future, like, what's going to happen when it comes to next gen consoles when they release? I think we all want and expect an upgrade when we buy one of these Johns. That would go away. Matter of fact, it would get worse because it all depends on your internet. Because like I said previously, it's your internet speed. The faster your internet speed is, the better performance you're going to get out of the game. Nvidia had their own service that requires at least 15 megabytes per second for 720 at 60 frames, and 25 megabytes per second for 1080 at 60 frames. So in order to run games on par with the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, you would need about 30 to 40 megabytes per second. What the hell? So unless we all move to a country like Singapore that averages up to 50 to 60, we ain't getting no graphical upgrade. Best believe that. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot, damn, that French sounded nice. Type nice, boy. I'm bringing that shit back from high school. Told Variety that with time, I think streaming will become more accessible to many players and make it not necessary to have big hardware at home. And to that, I say,
no name.
You're not this dumb.
Nah, for real though, is this going to make our gaming experience better in the future? That's all that matters to me. For right now, I'm not gonna lie, I really ain't feeling this. I ain't really looking forward to this change. I just don't get it right now. My view can always change when it comes out, but I just gotta see this thing in front of me. It's not a bad idea as long as they do it gradually. Don't do us dirty, don't rush us into this, if the rumors are true about the two versions of the new Xbox, one that will stream games and the other will be more like what we've been getting, I'm down for that. Just don't rush us into it. It's a double-edged sword. Being alive now, we get to experience all the cool shit that's happening. First ones, like I said, were the OGs, but at the same time, we get to experience all of the